And after nearly 6 months being gone, we are back with TechNodeFirmaCraft. So, there was some recording done almost 6 months ago that involved the construction of this massive building here and a few other things. And I think we will take a look at those clips here real quick. It will be about 20 minutes worth. And if you stick around after that, kind of give you a little bit of an idea of what's been going on with the channel, why it's been so long since I've had any videos out. And yeah, I guess enjoy and see you guys after a little bit. Hey guys, this is Nathan and welcome back to TechNodeFirmaCraft. So, show this right away. I am making some sapphire glass. This stuff is made very simply by putting some type of a blue colored gem. You can see down towards the bottom it says crafting blue gem and glass in the alloy furnace. Now the reason I'm making this stuff is it is a clear texture that connects. Now I have not checked to see can I pick it back up or does it disintegrate. No, we can pick it back up too. So that's even better yet. So, the reason I am making this stuff is I have found another very interesting exploit, and so I'm going to show that to you real quickly. So, what we need to do is set down a little bit of this glass. We're going to start out by removing a block underneath, and then we're going to place some glass around that, going up by a couple of blocks. Now that we have gotten that, we are going to remove this particular piece of glass, and then we're going to build this out a little bit and come up here as well. Now, as far as I know, this is all that we need to do this. So now we're going to come over here. We are going to grab a bucket of water. That would be around on this side. And then we are going to grab one of our lava sources. Now, you have any thoughts? You probably know what I'm doing already. So what we're going to do is we're going to place the water here. Now what this does is it flows down and into this hole. Now to make sure that this works, I could break this glass out, but we're going to leave that alone, and now we're going to set this lava above that. Now what happens is we start getting smooth stone or raw stone generation. And because there's no solid blocks for that raw stone to connect to, it automatically breaks off, and then the next lava source drops, or the lava flow drops down into it. Now occasionally this does screw up where the lava will go into the water and not turn into stone, but it's pretty easy to remove the lava, break the cobblestone that generates, and yep, there is the perfect example. Thank you, game, for giving the example for me. But so, yeah, there are a few things, most notably the Railcraft stone recipes, that require tons and tons of this smooth stone. And this is the one place that it screws up. So if we break this glass out, it will start running again. But, I can make all the smooth stone I want, or raw stone, and this works just fine. Now, I did have some comments from some people before wondering if there was any way to make the vanilla cobblestone, which, yes, there still is. So I'm going to place this back in here because power generation is a big problem right now. But we're going to grab instead the ultimate bucket. Now, the ultimate bucket, when you pick up a lava source, turns it into this hot engine lubricant. Now, this stuff, if we put it in here, will make Minecraft smooth stone. Now, in a traditional cobblestone generator, that hot engine lubricant will make Minecraft cobblestone. Now, these things take forever to break, and they produce the normal cobblestone, but there's really not any uses for it. And that went up into the lava and got destroyed. Let's see if I'm on fast. No, I wasn't. So we'll go ahead and do this. And I still didn't get it. There we go. So I finally got the cobblestone, but there's really no uses for this. We can put it in a moistener with some wheat to make moss stone, and eventually that will make mulch with decaying wheat, but we have to have a lot of cobblestone for that, and that is actually the only recipe for this cobblestone. So really there isn't a purpose for it, but just so that you know, we can make it. So yeah, that's what I've got going on here. So now we need to move on to the things of today. So I'm going to get this out of here because, like I said, power generation. That one lava source is powering 4 generators. But so one thing that I have been thinking about, since we've got the atomic disassembler from Mechanism, I think it's time that we make our free runners. So free runners are 2 advanced control circuits, a black steel sheet, 2 enriched alloy, and 2 energy tablets. The energy tablets are a piece of copper, gold, and zinc with 4 redstone and 2 enriched alloy. So that's going to make the free runners. Now these go in our foot slot, but we need to charge them first. Now there are a couple of very nice things about the free runners. First off, they allow us to move much faster than we can just by walking, and it will probably mean that I can outrun my horse. So I will stop using my horse most likely. Another thing is that they give us the ability to walk up single blocks. So we can now walk right over this alloy furnace. We can do that pretty much anywhere. So we can now just walk up just like a horse would, right up these inclined areas. Now the speed is not there. I am kind of disappointed with that. I thought that we moved a lot faster, but that's okay. Just being able to walk up these is very handy. Now the third thing about free runners is probably the best and most important thing about them. Now wow, I can't get up there. So if we get up here and I can't get up there, why can I not get up there? If we could get on top of something, we'll use this. So we'll just come up on this thing. I think this is 4 blocks up. So if we take the free runners off and we jump off of this, we're going to take a little bit of fall damage. You can see we took about 200 HP. Now let's put the free runners on, and we jump off of this from the exact same spot, and we take no damage. Now the free runners do take a little bit of energy usage for that, and the longer the fall, the more energy it uses. But as long as there's enough energy to cover how much fall damage you would take, you will take 0 fall damage. So you could fall from as high as you want as long as you have enough power. Now that's pretty important considering, fall damage is a really big deal in TechNodeFirmaCraft. So that is really, really nice. So now on to what I want to work on for this episode. So I've been saying the whole time that energy is a big problem for us. And it is. It has become a major, major problem. And I'm not sure how to deal with it. So we have our wind generators up here. We have a solar generator here. And then we have a bunch of these thermoelectric generators here. They are not producing enough power for when we are using our furnaces over here. Now, our furnaces are not... Oh, no, they are running right now because I forgot I pulled all of the glass out of this barrel. But we have over 16,000 TechNodeFirmaCraft charcoal. And so I don't really think we need to be running this anymore. I think we still have about 4,000 logs out here. Yeah, just under. But so these guys take a huge amount of power. You'll notice I have de-energized the center external heater because with these guys running, we couldn't do anything else. I couldn't even use the metal press because there was so much draw from those heaters. But that told me that we definitely needed to get more power production. So let me decide what we're going to do as far as power production is concerned, and then I'll be back and we can take a look at building something that will fix this. So I'm not really thrilled about the speed of this thing, but I was having big problems with all of the blocks that were breaking off, just being burned up by the lava. So I set up some hoppers underneath, and if I shut this off, we'll see it no longer pops off because for some reason there's no updates here. But as soon as we update the block, none of these blocks are solid, so the stone recognizes there's nothing for it to be attached to and it pops off. Now this is the maximum speed that we can have the piston run and still have this work properly. I don't know why it has to be done, but yeah, it's making it much slower on production of the stone, but I think that's okay. So while I was working on that, I was thinking about what I want to do with power production, and I think I'm going to start out by making a building to house a bunch of these thermoelectric generators. Now we're going to want to make this a tower, and it's going to go probably right here on this corner. So yeah, that's part of the reason why I've got this thing set up and running, because I want to be using not the sandy stone blocks, the bleached bone blocks. So those look like this. We're going to be using some of the bleached bone cobblestone, and that is made by taking some of this raw stone that we are producing and putting bleached clay in it, and the bleached clay is just a clay ball with some bone meal. So that's what I'm going to do with that. If I want to, I can also make some of these fitted bleached bone stone and some of the bricks. These two can only be made from the actual bricks, which we need these guys for, and then a chisel and mortar and all of that good stuff. But yeah, we have a bunch of this stuff available now. We can make the bone blocks, the bleached bone blocks, by simply putting mortar with the cobblestone or by smelting the cobblestone. And we can smelt the bleached clay directly into the bone blocks? Interesting. So yeah, there's a few ways to do that. But yeah, I've got to try to figure out what this thing is going to look like. And it is just about time for the Sunday live stream as well, so I will probably be working on that during the live stream. So yeah, I hope to see you guys there, and hopefully when I come back, we will have a small tower here producing tons and tons of power. So it has been almost a week since I have been on here playing. During the live stream on Sunday, we did a lot of work on this building, which I didn't even have a design really set up when I started building it. We kind of just made this up as we went on the live stream, and so yeah, I'm kind of pleased with the way that it looks. It looks even better from a distance, and that's something that we found out in the live stream as well. So if we back away from it, it really starts to look nice. Now, there's a couple of things that have come about because of this. First off, we are running very low on a few of the blocks that I'm using here. Now, I just went and got all of the ash logs that I had over in the tree farm, but 600 logs is not going to go a long way based on how much I need here. Another thing is the chert we are using very rapidly, and that's going to be a bit of a problem. The final one, oddly enough, is these bleached bone cobblestone, which I am using for the entire interior of the building. Now, these are made with just some smooth stone, which I have my smooth stone generator set up there, and some bone meal. The problem is, this is how many bones I have. So, yeah, we have a bit of a problem there. So, I gotta figure out somewhere that I can get tons and tons of skeletons killed. I'm thinking I might go down into the, the diamond farm, because we could always use some more diamonds too. But, yeah, over here on the east side, we have the entrance, or the main entrance, and I think it looks pretty nice. Now, I'm not sure about this window here. I've also started trying something a little different here on the next floor up that I don't know how it's going to turn out. The problem is there's no way to silk touch glass. So once we've placed this stuff down, we lose it. And light blue dye is not exactly something that's in easy supply until I found out a little trick. So these two plants here are a couple of them that I found that will make light blue dye. So if we take one, actually we'll take two, but if we take one of these and craft it, we will get a light blue dye. Very nice. But now we'll take one of these over to a little machine that I have over here. Now there's a couple of things that I found out in messing around with this machine. So all that we have here is a simple redstone clock. Underneath this block of dirt, we have a deployer. Now the deployer will place the item down on the ground when it gets a redstone signal. So if we turn this on, we get a flower here. So then we break it with the shears. And oddly enough, shears do not take durability damage when we do this. And we just keep doing this for a while. And after some time, we will get a second flower. And sometimes that happens too, which is nice. That's actually the way that I wanted it to work, but it doesn't work out that way. So, come on, don't make me a liar. There, that one, it gave us two. So, every once in a while, these flowers will duplicate when they are placed on the ground. So, when that happens, we get more flowers. So, after a while, you get a huge amount of them. As you could see, I had a couple of stacks of them over there. Now we're up to 3. And the more flowers you have, the faster this goes. So, yeah, we can get all of the flowers that we want from the Plant Mega Pack. So, that is a thing there for, see, we're already up to 5. But so I started with 1, I'm up to 5 now. Takes a little time. The more of them you have, like I said, the faster it goes. But, yeah, so that is how I'm getting dye for the glass. And then we have one other thing that I wanted to mention. So, Anode Cathode sent me a message on YouTube saying that he had figured out how to correct the problem with Tree Capitator. Needed to change one line in the Tree Capitator configuration file, and I have done that on both the server and the client, so it no longer works. And we are going to have to be carrying shears with us when we chop down trees now. But so, I do need to get those bones. I'll probably plant a whole bunch more of the ash trees so that we can get more logs, because like I say, we're going to need tons more of that. Another thing that we are going to run out of very rapidly, because I've shut it off, is creosote for these treated wood slabs. Now I'm using the treated wood slabs because I think they look good and they also stop mob spawns, but we are going to be using huge amounts of this because this building is going to continue up, even though this will be the last floor that is this large. So yeah, we're gonna have to get tons and tons of resources. I've got to get that creosote production set back up again and get some bones for this bleached bone cobblestone and see what I can come up with and stop clicking on things. Alright, well, I will be back in a little bit, hopefully with some more supplies. So I think we actually had a couple of live streams that I worked on this building. It was an awful lot of time recording it, and the worst part is that I think we're going to be tearing it down now. So it never really felt like it fit in to this build, and it was part of the reason that I had to take a break, because I was so irritated with this building. It looks amazing, but I couldn't make it fit with these buildings. And so, yeah, I think it's going to get torn down. And why is my health so low? What on earth is going on there? But, so, yeah, I told you guys that I would be letting you know what was going on with the channel. So, we have, it's been almost a month and a half, maybe, yeah, month and a half, maybe more, since I've had any videos out, and the reason for that is my job. So I recently got switched over to a new position at work, but during that time period I also got the flu, was stuck in bed for a week, couldn't do a thing. When I got back from being sick, I was so far behind at work that there was no possibility that I was going to be able to record. I was working incredibly long hours. My body was still not up to snuff, and so there was just no possibility. Well, by the time that it all got said and done, I had just totally lost all motivation to do anything on Minecraft. And so it just got worse and worse until finally I had a chat with Apache and kind of getting excited about 1.13 and things like that, and I finally got my motivation back. The problem was I've been having the same issues with FTB Beyond that I was having here with this building way back when, and so I just couldn't bring myself to go into FTB Beyond. And I've figured, you know, I've had a lot of requests lately for more TechNodeFirmaCraft, so you guys spoke, we will go with it. But so, I do have one thing that I would like to show you guys, so I'm going to have to switch over to a creative mode world real quick, and we'll take a look at what I am thinking for a replacement for this building, because unfortunately, like I said, it does not fit the build style here. So I'm here in my creative world where I have tested a whole bunch of stuff. I've got my factory here, the wall that I am not really feeling fits in. If we go down this way, this is actually a tunnel made by a Railcraft tunnel bore. I was experimenting with that. Been doing some experimenting with these. These are the ships mods, and yeah, I would kind of like to figure out a way to get this to work, but fortunately these ships are stuck. But over here I have the idea for the replacement of this building, and I really like the look of this thing better. So it still uses a lot of the bleached bone blocks or cobblestone in the construction, so this stuff will not go to waste. Whoops, did not mean to do that, sorry. But also I have a huge amount of andesite bricks and some andesite mud bricks. Now we have tons and tons of andesite, so I think that'll be a good use for that stuff. I also like this overhang. Now we have this border of bricks here. And what this is the space that I have to work with, the footprint that that building sits on. And so you can see the building that I had built is absolutely monstrous. And that's part of the reason why it doesn't fit in, because these buildings are not rectangles. They are an interesting conglomeration of shapes, usually with little steps and overhangs, various changes in roof heights. You know, that's the way that I built the other two major buildings in the area. And so this one here, I'm kind of feeling that I will be doing the same thing. So I want to know what you guys think of this building versus that one. And also, if I put a couple more little buildings similar to this one in this area, possibly connecting them together with suspended areas or having them just really closely packed together, because that is kind of the feel that we get with the rest of the buildings in the map. Just let me know what you guys think of those. But yeah, I think that's what I've got there. That's what I have originally. So let me know which one you want. And I'm going to have to say thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the episode, don't forget to give a thumbs up. If you are new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe. If you have any thoughts about me coming back to TechNodeFirmaCraft or anything else that you'd like to see, be sure to leave that down in the comments, and I will see you next time. Bye!